My name is Eric Lambert. I'm here today to do the 2017 NBA mock draft. How I did this was off the ESPN lottery machine. If you're unfamiliar with how that works, you get online, you play the game, and it basically gives you the results. Here are mine. With the first pick, the Los Angeles Lakers ended up winning that. We all already know who they're going to take. They're going to take Lonzo Ball out of UCLA. The kid's got Magic Johnson, Jason Kidd passing ability. Overall, his two worst weaknesses are his father and his jumper, which is just a little bit awkward, but it still falls. He's shooting over 40% from the three-point line. Best fit, well, not the best fit, but a good fit. With the number 2 pick, if you felt bad for the Sixers not getting the Lakers pick, well, don't worry. The Markelle Fultz pick that they just made makes up for it. I've been enamored and in love with Markelle Fultz from day one. I love this kid. 23 points a game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. You cannot top him in athleticism, court vision, overall talent. You cannot beat him. If the Lakers hadn't been picking, he'd be number 1. He is a Russell Westbrook with James Harden control. He is a hybrid of the two. Imagine that in the NBA playing. And the Sixers with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and it works well because Ben Simmons is a point guard at heart, but he's 6'10", so he's going to have to learn how to play the game. But with Markelle Fultz, you already got a scorer. He can shoot threes. He can do whatever you need. Great fit. Another good pick. Loving the way this lottery shaped out. Number 3, we already know who the Suns would take if they had the first, second, or third pick. They're going to go ahead and take Josh Jackson from Kansas. He's got a good three-point. Even though it was shaky at the beginning, he did overall in the March Madness tournament. He did well and made up for it. So good on Josh Jackson making up for his off-the-court incident with the woman and the assault charges and stuff like that. Good for him. I mean, he is an all-around talent. There is no other player in this game or in this draft class in the game that will bring that heart, that D, that leadership. It just won't happen. I'm sorry. You're not going to find nobody else that'll do it. And not to mention, he's the Suns' biggest need. So this draft, I mean, it really shook out well for everybody, but the Celtics. Man, I really bet they wish that they'd have traded this pick back in February to get, who was it, Paul George, Gordon Hayward, either way. Man, you want to talk about a bummer. I mean, I know this draft is loaded, but outside of those top 3, you don't really know if they're going to be that. So what do you do in that scenario? Because you know nobody's going to want to trade their superstar for a number 4 pick. Well, in this case, we can't even do trades. So what do you do if you're the Celtics? Well, you take a guy who you need, like Jason Tatum. He's by no means whatsoever last year's draft pick. He's a 6'10" forward. He is nothing like Jaylen Brown. He is a power forward at heart, but he has three-point shooting ability, can run the 3, can play small forward, will come off the bench probably with Brown next year when he's picked. I don't like it, but if he's the one that turns out to be the superstar out of all these picks they're getting off Brooklyn, then so be it. I mean, just highest upside, high reward, high risk. Let's go. Orlando, I really like this pick for Orlando because, I'm an Alfred Payton fan. He ain't got a jumper, and you know everybody knows in this NBA today, you got to have a jump shot if you're a damn center. So, anyway, Frank Ntilia from France. I'm a big fan of his. I have watched him exclusively. I have watched tape of him, and I'm telling you, this guy in any other draft would be 1, and I'm not joking. He would be number 1. Right now, though, he's number 5. And Orlando gets lucky enough to have his slashing ability, his passing ability. I mean, come on, of course he can pass. He's a European point guard, for God's sake. I mean, it's a godsend for them. They're lucky. They are completely lucky to have him. I don't know what else to say. He's 6'5". He's everything the opposite of Alfred Payton. I mean, he's a good passer. Okay, here's a good comparison. Think Emmanuel Mudiay, but with a jumper, in that sort of fashion. Next week. Oh, everybody's favorite drama, the Knicks. Well, sadly, y'all have done heard about Derrick Rose tearing out his knee again. Rose's career is probably done. Let's go ahead and let's just be honest. So who do they take? Who are the Knicks to take? What to do? Well, you take Dennis Smith Jr., the point guard out of NC State, the guy who can run the triangle that Phil wants to do. That triangle thing. If this was another draft, I might say De'Aaron Fox to complement Porzingis and to pass better, but to run the triangle, you got to have somebody like Dennis Smith Jr. who can just pull up at the three, at the very top of the arc, and just nail it. And he can do that. I promise. But we'll see how it goes. I do think that he will be a good player. I really do. I just feel like he is going into a shitstorm in New York. Just like KP when they booed him all the way out the garden on the night he was drafted, and then ended up loving him the day after. Let me get my coffee. Anyway, it's sad, but at the same time, they're both international prospects. KP will be able to lead him, help him, understand what it is to be a European in America NBA player. How rare is that? The two will fit together nice. It's a good complement to the triangle offense. Let's just see what Phil can do to screw up some more. And my last pick of the day, since this is just the first half of this draft. Oh, I love this pick, guys. And before we get into this, I just want to say I am a huge fan of the Timberwolves. I'm from Tennessee. I love Kentucky basketball. Sorry, friends, I've been hiding it forever. If you see this video, don't show nobody. Anyway, I love Karl Anthony Towns. He is the best center I have seen in 20 years come out of the draft, and I truly mean that. He's better than Davis. He's better than any center in the game right now at the age of 20, just turned 21. And we all know they need a power forward to go alongside him because he's not truly a center. They're just so heavy on that position they have to play him at power forward. But what if they could get a 6'10" rebounding power forward who could shoot a three? Do you think that would complement Karl Anthony Towns' game at all, where he can pull up from three also, and they could all go 5 out and let Andrew Wiggins have a free drive to the lane, or Zach LaVine a free drive to the lane, or get rid of Rubio and Chris Dunn a free? I mean, come on! I could just go on and on. 5 guys that could go out and shoot a three, rebound. They could, okay, look, it'll be a decent rebounding tandem, but Towns is a great rebounder altogether. Understand, the man could get 20 rebounds in a game alone. So if, say, he got 6 in a game low for a power forward, that's still 26 damn boards. It's half the boards for the team. But imagine if they both go out and shoot 3 threes a game. That is 3 times.